So here we have a Ford manifold template for drilling out broken studs and bolts in a manifold that go into the head. This tool is quite amazing because it has a template and you can adjust these to all different sizes. It tells you the engine that it fits, 4.6 liter, 5.4, and a 6.8. They are adjustable. They give you lineup tools, and it has double-sided drill bits with a little bit of an easy out, and it comes with full directions. Now I'm going to show you how this hooks up to the manifold and how you would use it on a 5.4. So when you have a broken exhaust stud manifold stud in a head, now this head is in pretty bad shape, as you can see. We had to really clean this up to get a good smooth angle at this. I took a little grinder and I cut that stud flat. You want a nice flat surface for this drill to set. Then you're going to get a template plate, and this is specifically for Fords. And you're going to line it up so that you can put the template plate in place and guide that drill right in the center. So line up that exhaust manifold bolt hole, and you're going to thread a new bolt in just to guide the template and hold it in place. There we go. And there's 3 more bolts you want to get, and for this particular Ford it's going to be 3 by 125. I'm going to put one here on the bottom and then one more on that side. Let's get those bolts. So now I'm putting the bottom bolts in, these tabs. So before you snug those up, I'm just going to use that as a guide because these two will hold it in place. So here is my guide that's going to mount to this drill template, and I have a short 7/64 drill bit because you're going to have a 90-degree angle drill to do most of these templates on any manifold studs. So that, you want it to line up in that hole. That's your pilot hole to get it centered perfectly. And those 2 open holes are going to line up with these keyways. So we're going to go just like that. That feels pretty good. So now I'm going to get the 2 mounting screws that mount these to the plate. So now I'm putting the bottom bolts in, these tabs. Get them started. You're going to want to use that plastic washer that comes with this template. It's a spacer. It's hard to start anything at the angle on, but there we go. So you want to make sure you put that plastic spacer in there because you're not trying to ground this out. And the length of these are actually the length of the template, so it doesn't stick out the other side. They're flush. You're just stopping that from moving once you get the drill all in there. So now I'm going to grab my drill before I tighten down on those bolts, and I want to make sure it feels just right. I think I'm going to go with the right there. So with a 12mm socket, that's the size of my extra bolts that I borrowed from the tool room. I'm just going to snug those up. I don't want them moving at all. And like this bottom bolt here, if you can thread it in, I recommend it. Mine, I have to tap the threads. I think there's a burr that kind of stopped it from going in. I don't want to force it though. Just a little burr. I made it by it. We're just going to snug that up. Then I'm going to take my drill bit out and put it in my 90-degree drill and hope that we can get this thing started. A good practice too is to take this drill and see that it's just starting to hit the actual broken stud, and I'm on the last knurled part of that drill. So I want to make sure that I get my drill head to stop here and doesn't stop it from going any deeper once it starts drilling. So because of the tight quarters here, I'm going to take my drill and start it. I'm going to have to see if I can get the drill itself in here and then snug it up. Always, whenever you're drilling into a head, please be careful and make sure that you know the depth that you need. Like there's water jackets in these heads, so you don't want to go to the bottom base of it. So you can take if you have a good hole that's clear, cut out and everything, mark it in that manner. And you could take a Sharpie right now and we'll make a mark on that drill so you know not to go past that depth when it comes to the actual drilling into that bolt, because if you go past that, then you drill into the water jacket, which is not what you want to do. But with the template, we just want to get a hole centered and started. That's what we're trying to do here. Make sure we're perfectly centered, and then once we take the template out, we can mark it again. Because it's such a tight fit, it's such a weird angle, we have the 90-degree angle drill, but I cannot get that drill in with the template piece off. So I had to put the drill bit in the drill loosely, put the template piece on, and then get it lined up. And try to do this and hold it and tighten it. Let's see if I can do this. All right, now we can see if we can get that drill. So with a pair of needle nose, I'm going to hold onto that drill bit and see if I can get it maxed out before I tighten it. Okay, I'm going to go at a slow pace. Let's see what we get. Now that the template allowed you to center drill perfectly into the broken stud, you can take the template off, and now you can proceed with continue drilling to different sizes and then tap that broken stud out. When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.